Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. Neville Goddard talks about a really key ingredient when it comes to manifesting: persistence. It's chapter 22 in The Power of Awareness. He really kind of talks about it. We're going to cover a smaller portion of all the stuff he writes because it gets a little heavy and hard to get into. But one of the keys that we really take away from this is manifestation it's a decision. It's a choice. It's a desire. It's like a passion. It's something that I'm going to do. It's not something that can happen. It's not something that might be. It's not, I think this will work if I do. It's, I'm doing this. I'm going to do this. This is going to happen. I don't care what it looks like right now. I'm going to continue doing this. When we come at our manifestations, be it a specific person, I'm going to be with them. We are coming together. There's no way they're going to be able to resist me. Our love is going to keep us true. There's no way that, whatever. We're going to continue growing closer and closer and closer every single day. Like, you can continue down those paths. Or this new career you want. I can continue to see myself in this new position, the new life I'm going to have, the different decisions I'll be making, some of the travel, seeing myself walking through airports, just understanding this is what I'm doing. I'm going to do. There's no room in doubt. There's no place for doubt because you understand that I'm going to do this. Similar to like if you're going to make dinner, right? There's prep that has to happen, right? You got to maybe if you're making soup, right? You got to chop up maybe the vegetables, right? Maybe you get some meat cut up, or maybe you start cooking the meat separately, right? And then you kind of throw your onions in, you get those kind of going, and you drop them in, maybe add some broth, maybe the meat and all that good stuff, right? And you kind of simmer it for a little while, maybe you make some rice because you're going to mix that together, whatever. But it's a process. At no one step of the way do you look at the overall process and go, it's incomplete, right? Like that idea doesn't exist. I'm on my way to creating soup. I'm on my way to creating a new job. I'm on my way to creating more wealth in my life. I'm on my way to having a relationship with this specific person or love in general. It's an I'm on my way process. Any step that we're at, we could be at the dicing the onions. Maybe we're at the bell peppers. Maybe we're actually starting to fry the bacon. Maybe we're, cutting up the chicken. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff at this point, right? Maybe we're pulling the noodles out of the cupboard, or maybe we're making fresh ones if you're really good. I'm not sure where we're at in the process, but it doesn't matter because we're continuing on. We're on a street that's one way. There's no way to get off this thing. Persistence. Doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter who says what. It doesn't matter anything. It's a choice. It's a decision. This is what's going to happen. And it's from that, especially that feeling that comes from that does the creating. And that's why in so many ways, law of attraction is a choice. You're choosing where you're going, what you're putting your focus on, what you're heading towards, what extracurricular stuff you're going to do. If you're heading in the direction of a specific job and someone's asking you to go party hard the day before an interview, you're going to be like, no, got an interview tomorrow. Sorry, man, you guys have fun, but yeah, no, this not tonight. Like, you're going to do what's right, even though that would have been fun. No, this is what's appropriate for me right now. So some choices, I don't want to do that, and I'm not interested. So you continue in the direction regardless of what swirls about. And it's from that the creation is, I don't want to say assured, but it is. Like, it's that level of, like, this is going to happen. How can they resist me? Doesn't matter what we're telling ourselves. It's the fact that this is happening. I'm seeing to it. I'm taking steps towards it. I'm doing everything in my power for it, and I'm feeling it, and I'm holding that feeling often enough, because again, I know in my mind this is going to happen. So again, part of that might be daily imaginal work where you're spending time feeling as the feeling of the wish fulfilled, right? And you're part of your day every morning, dude, 15 minutes, an hour, whatever you do. It's great. Keep doing that. You're doing the steps towards this, and you continue to feel it as the wish fulfilled. You continue to do the steps. You continue to have affirmations throughout the day whenever you question yourself. You continue You make sure you look good, that you got that one suit pressed and ready to go, right? That you're ready for that interview, like whatever it is that you're going for. You make sure you're ready. You make sure you've got all your ducks in a row. Make sure you got everything ready to go and continue doing the daily needed energy. And from that, the manifestation comes. So let's get into this. Again, I'm not reading all of this because it's just a lot of stuff, and it gets really into some of the Bible-y stuff, and it's just like a sentence in some cases. So anyway, we'll start off. And he said unto them, which of you shall have a friend, and shall go unto him at midnight, and say unto him, Friend, lend me 3 loaves, for a friend of mine in his journey is come to me, and I have nothing to set before him. And he from within shall answer to say, Trouble me not. The door is now shut. My children are with me in bed. I cannot rise and give thee. I say unto you, thou he will not rise and give him, because he is a friend. Yet, because of his importunity, he will rise and give as many as needeth. By the way, importunity is persistence. It's a big fancy schmancy old school word for persistence. So because of his persistence, this guy's going to rise, even though those kids are in bed, even though he's already asleep, he's going to rise and give as many as he needs. And I say unto you, ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Now, first and foremost, and we're going to get into all the other good stuff that Goddard says about that quote. That is one of my favorite quotes, especially when it comes about figuring out things about manifestation, or figuring out stuff about spirituality, or figuring out stuff about how to make more money, or figuring out stuff how to do whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. When you're interested in doing that, when you make that your focus, you will find that by that you are seeking. And the second you seek, you shall find. Oftentimes, that's the thing most of us don't think about doing. We don't ask. We don't try to find out. We don't have questions and seek for those answers. And by all you need to do is seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and the door shall be opened. So when we're ready to see it, we'll see it. So again, that's why he's always talking about the consciousness within. We've got to be the thing that we're manifesting. But when we finally are it, knock, we'll see it. We walk right through that door. So there are 3 principal characters in this quotation, you and 2 friends mentioned. The first friend is a desired state of consciousness. The second friend is a desire seeking fulfillment. 3 is the symbol of wholeness, completion. Loaves symbolize substance. The shut door symbolizes the sense with which separate the unseen from the seen. Children in bed means ideas that are dormant. Inability to rise means a desired state of consciousness cannot rise to you. You must rise to it. Importunity means demanding persistency, a kind of brazen impudence. Ask, seek, and knock, meaning assuming the consciousness of already having what you desire. Thus, the scriptures tell you that you must persist in rising, or assuming, to the consciousness of your wish already being fulfilled. The promise is definite that if you are shameless in your impudence, in assuming that you already have that which your senses deny, it shall be given unto you. Your desire shall be attained. And kind of finally here, the basic truth underlying each of these stories is the desire springs from the awareness of ultimate attainment, and that persistence in maintaining the consciousness of the desire already being fulfilled results in the fulfillment. When it appears that people other than yourself in your world do not act towards you as you would like, it is not due to reluctance on their part, but a lack of persistence in your assumption of your life already being as you want it to be. It's when we give up. It's when we question. It's when we doubt every step of the way. If you know for fact that in order to get to the neighbor's house, you've got to walk out your door, make a right, head down the street 100 feet, you're going to make a left at that second left, and you're going to walk down there, and then there's one more right, and they're like the first house on the corner. If you walk down and miss the turn, one, you're not going to end up at their house. So eventually you're going to be like, ooh, something doesn't feel right. Oh yeah, shoo, turns back there. So because of your determination, because of your persistence, even though you're off track, you will get that kind of, this doesn't look right, right? You're going to notice something's not right. And you're going to go, well, I'm trying to get to their house where oh, crap, I missed a turn. I wasn't paying attention. I was busy looking at my feet, something, right? So you walk back, get down, start heading that way. You never once said, screw it, this doesn't work. I'm just going to live here in the street. No, I'm going to my friend's house. I might have been going the right way. But it's a process, it's moving towards it, and it's an issue of, that's where I'm going. You're holding an image, especially if it's a specific someone, even if you've got a past, even if you've got a history. Granted, if there's stuff to forgive, Ho'oponopono or the astral letter thing, right? I've talked about it a bunch of times. Do something to try to help alleviate that. If maybe there's a complaint that maybe you weren't sensitive enough, or maybe you're too naggy or too needy, right? Maybe look into that. Maybe watch some videos, maybe find some affirmations, maybe, like let's accept that there's two to tango, right? And there's two of us. So, work with what you've got, but ultimately the desire to get to where you're going is what's going to win the day. It's what's going to carry you through. Soup is not soup until you're basically serving it. It's not soup when you're doing prep. It's not soup when you're sauteing onions. It's not soup when you're putting bacon in a pan. It's not soup when you're draining grease. It's not soup when you add the broth. It's not soup until it has a chance to just be its whole thing. And along those steps, you continue through the knowing, through the holding the image, that this is what I'm making. If you're making a roast or something, right? You're going to go marinade, and you're going to kind of just sit it off in the refrigerator while the marinade does its thing. But since nothing's happening, do you doubt that pot roast is getting ready? Or do you realize by doing nothing sometimes, and I'm not saying no action, I'm just saying by sometimes when it seems like nothing's happening, maybe a lot more is going on. Meat's getting tenderized, getting flavor thrown in there. All these sorts of good things are happening, even though nothing seems like it's happening. You're still heading towards cooking. You're still heading towards making dinner. You're still heading towards a vacation. So you're going to go on vacation with your family. You're going to plan it all out. You do that in advance. There's a big plan. You've got all these thoughts, all these things you want to make sure you do while you guys are there. You plan how you're going to get there. You plan the days you're going to go, and you plan the days you got to come back. And you plan a whole bunch of stuff in between. At no one point do you feel like your vacation's over. And even once your vacation's over, you're like, wow, I'm happy to be home, but my God, that was amazing. Like it's an experience that you stayed focused on through the entire ordeal. No one part of it was like itself separated from the whole. And so our destination, our result, our thing that we're creating is in the direction we're heading. And you can do this for sure. You can envision this place where you and your person are together. You and your job are together. You and your boss get along. This place that may not seem real right now, but it doesn't matter. You're making it real. Your desire to have this reality, and this is what your reality is going to be, is what creates that reality. That's the magical part about it all. It's the assuming that this is going to happen. It's the holding the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It's the desire to keep freaking doing it no matter what. It's that knowing that this is my outcome, and so I'm going to keep heading in this direction. That is how persistence works. That is how desire keeps us going even when it's hard. That's how the love and the emotion that we feel through this process is what helps us grow through the challenges. Getting a new job is part of growth. You're growing yourself professionally. Getting in a relationship with someone, be it someone again, be it someone specific, be it just love in general, is a life growth process for both of you and families and everything else. Getting along with your boss is a life-growing thing. These are moments where we have challenges in life for a reason, so sometimes we've got to step through them. But it's the determination that keeps us going. towards it. It's knowing that this is what I'm doing. This is who I am. This is what I'm creating. This is what I'm going to experience. I will take no for an answer. Never. Like I will not take no for an answer. And I will continue to move in the direction of my dream. Even if someone says no. Even if they're dating someone else. Even if they don't know you right now. Even if they're famous. It doesn't matter. Any number of situations if you have to, you can make up something where it is possible, where there's this reality where you two can be together. That's what you imagine. And from that, that's your reality that you're going to. Hold it, assume it, be it, feel it, all the things that Goddard says. Hold that persistently, or the importunity, whatever word that is. Use that, because it is that persistence. If you do techniques once a day, keep doing them once a day. Even if you're almost about to go on your first date, keep doing them once a day. If the affirmations work for you, keep doing affirmations. If it works just to meditate in the shower in the morning like I do that. How long should I do it? How long does it feel good? How long should I keep feeling in the feeling of the wish fulfilled until you have the thing that you want? Keep doing it until you've got it. Don't ever stop until you've gotten there. Period. There's your answer. How long? What if it takes 5 years? Well, I mean, if you're willing to give it 5 years, I guess that's your choice. But yeah, keep doing it for 5 years. If it's going to take 10, do it for 10. If it's going to take 1 day, do it for 1 day. If it takes 1 hour, guess what? Don't do it for the whole hour. Do it like 20 minutes. I mean, come on. An hour? That's really fast. So might as well just cheap it a little bit and see what happens. Maybe it takes an hour and a half. You can tell us. Come back. It's good stuff. Persistence is what's going to get you to the end. Holding that desire is what's going to get you. It's all that feeling is what does the creating. That's the subconscious part. All these things work together. Let them work together. Hold that vision. Hold that thought. Hold that desire. And your dreams will come true. Stay on Radio Style.